Spider-Man wakes up in an abandoned subway tunnel. He's alone, scared, and confused. All he remembers is a crazy fight with Dr. Octopus and then nothing. But as he tries to piece together what happened, he soon realizes he's not in New York anymore. In fact, he's in Gotham. And just as he figures that out, a bat-shaped object flies over his head and lands on a nearby gargoyle. Meanwhile, halfway across the world in Metropolis, Superman is having the worst day of his life. Wonder Woman is nowhere to be found, and Lex Luthor just destroyed half of Metropolis. And if that wasn't bad enough, he has a bat-shaped hole in his chest where his heart used to be. That's right. In this alternate universe, Superman is a vampire. And somehow it's even worse than it sounds. See, when Superman was bitten by a Kryptonian vampire, way back in the old days, he developed a blood allergy. And ever since then, he's had to rely on daily doses of fake Kryptonian blood substitute in order to survive. Unfortunately, that supply just ran out, and he only has hours left to live unless, of course, he can find someone to replace it with. Someone with super strength, super speed, and most importantly, type O, positive blood. Suddenly, a portal opens up behind him and out steps none other than Batman. The Dark Knight explains that it comes from another dimension where he leads a group of superheroes known as the Justice League. And while he normally wouldn't help out a blood-sucking maniac like Superman, it turns out that their SA Kryptonian vampire hunter named John Jones, who needs Superman's help to take down. So Batman makes a deal with the devil, or rather, the vampire, and uses his Batmobile to drive Superman to the nearest ATM so he can withdraw some cash. And along the way, they bond over how much they hate clowns. Meanwhile, Spider-Man is still trying to figure out where he is and why everyone's glaring at him. Just then, a giant screen descends from the sky and Batman appears on it, warning Spider-Man that he's wanted for questioning in the death of the Penguin. And if that wasn't enough, Spider-Man suddenly finds himself face to face with Catwoman, who demands that he hand over the missing jewel that he totally doesn't have. Realizing that he's in too deep, Spider-Man swings away on a nearby gargoyle. And what do you know? There's Batman! Again, Batman explains that he's there to help Spider-Man get home, but he'll have to come with him to Gotham first to question the citizens. Of course, Batman probably also secretly wants to beat the snot out of Spider-Man, because no one has questioned his authority in Gotham since he killed the Joker. As the two make their way through the city, they're attacked by Killer Croc, who mistakes Spider-Man for prey, but despite being outnumbered, Spider-Man proves that he's not just a friendly neighborhood superhero. He's a friendly neighborhood crime-fighting machine, taking out Killer Croc with ease. Impressed by Spider-Man's skills, Batman decides to bring him back to the Batcave for some much-needed R&R, which mostly consists of brooding. Meanwhile, Superman and Batman arrive at the ATM just in time to see the last of the Kryptonian blood hitting the fan. With seconds left to live, Superman manages to withdraw $1 million in cash and disappears into a nearby phone booth. And before anyone asks, yes, they still had those in this universe. As Superman changes into his civilian clothes, Batman hands him a newspaper to read. It says, local billionaire Bruce Wayne donates $1 million to fight crime, which Superman conveniently also owns. The two head off in separate ways. Batman back to Gotham and Superman off in search of more blood. But their adventures are just beginning. Will Batman ever let Spider-Man swing a bat? Will Superman ever stop being such a downer? And whatever happened to Wonder Woman? Find out next time on Marvel vs. DC. What if heroes swapped universes?